What up YouTube, Topaz Yates back for another review, and this one is that Stefflon Don Secure, and I'm giving this one the yellow light here, man. Even though she is maybe the most polished crossover act I've ever come across, especially from the UK and all that, man, you got to pretty much see that there's a difference between being skilled and being polished enough to cross over and all of that, dude. Because when we talking skill and skill set, we talking lyricism, we're talking actual content, things like that. Now, we're going to touch more on that, but you can overtly hear throughout most of these songs, she really struggles with that. She honestly doesn't have much to say. But yet, what she's good at is being able to jump from different genre to genre and actually fit in and blend in well and actually do really good songs that catch fire. And it doesn't hurt that she's a beautiful woman doing international music at the point where international music is all but taking control of the music industry as we see it. Like, this is really the future of music, no matter what the United States is doing. Like, all over the world, people are listening to this. And for her to be coming out with legitimate hits, like Hurting Me with French Montana, well, I've been hearing that song for the longest, you feel me? But I never knew who it was. Like, all I do is work at, African parties and I help out my peoples do all that stuff, so they always play that particular song and the remix now. And I never knew who she was, but I knew everybody got dancing as soon as that song came on. And it's really like that, to the point that if this album doesn't sell platinum, you can all but point the blame at the record labels for messing it up, because she's got pretty much everything flowing for her, from the Double XL freshman cover to hot singles to being crossed over on the right songs and all of that stuff, man, in which we're going to touch a lot more on this as we continue to go. First, let's go ahead and talk about my favorite songs off this project, starting with that What You Want with Future on there, dude. Like, that's a hit if I've ever heard a hit. And it's a crossover hit because what they're doing is taking this individual woman from the UK and aligning her with the most notable commercialized trap MC, well, one of them now and such, man. Aligning her with him, and honestly, when you break down the song, you can tell that Future wrote this song. Like, all of this song really came from him, just based off the core concept of, okay, I go out here and buy all this Louis and Gucci because of all the stress and all of the pain that I get from the money that I'm getting to go ahead and buy this Louis and Gucci. That says Future wrote this all over it. And it makes sense, because one thing that people don't realize about Stefflon Don is that she signed to Quality Control. In fact, she signed to a bunch of labels. Like, a bunch of labels came together in order to do this crossover music, you feel me? And that's the reason why it seems so seamless when she's able to jump into commercialized trap music as she is. Quality Control being the people that bring you the Migos, Lil Yachty, Lil Baby, and a few others and such, you feel me? Now, even though lyrically she doesn't bring much to the table, as she's hitting on the same points all the way through this whole album, talking about how these other women out here are jealous of her, how she loves to dress in Gucci and Louis and all of this stuff. Like, these is what she's talking about, not just in this song, but throughout the entire album, because she really doesn't have much to talk about, but yet it doesn't really much matter. Like, the production, the overall core of that hook, man, how it overall feels, it's an absolute hit. I also like the Hurting Me remix. I mean, I like the Hurting Me original song and such, man, but all they did on this one is throw some of the bigger name dance hall individuals on here, man. And for those of you who can't make it out, or who have had the head in the sand for quite some time and don't really know what this song is, like, all she's talking about is her ex got somebody else and now she's in her feelings because of it. And that's just real life. Like, how many times have one of your ex people came back up on you because they see you happy with somebody else on social media? Like, this is a consistent theme in life, and that's what really makes it dope. Like, a lot of people feel that kind of way, and when that kind of thing happens to them, they turn on this song. And the real talk about that is this, man. The best revenge is to be happy. obviously. Because if you happy and you move on and you go ahead and you're getting away from this individual person, they will come back to you wanting a second chance because they see you out there with somebody else and all of the old feelings that they had done caught back up to them. But then there was some songs on here that weren't my favorites, but I did like moments of them, like Jellio, where that breaks down to being other people being jealous of her success and being jealous of her overall. But yet, what I liked about that is the transition at the end on how the beat changed, and I like the overall feel of it, but yet when you start breaking down how quote-unquote lyrical she is, you realize the fundamental flaws that she has as an individual artist. On how some of the things that she's saying, she's saying them like they're supposed to be a punchline. How she said that if I wore a chain that says touch me, you still couldn't touch me. She said that like that's a punchline, bruh. Or how she's saying that you're not even half of what I am, you're just an Insta clown. We understand what she's trying to say here. All you all are on Instagram and you ain't even Instagram famous to be on her level and you jealous of her because of this, but yet that's not a good punchline. A song like Precious Heavy continues to show you the flaws that she has in her skill set. What all this is the whole Mike Jones from back in the day, even though, Mike Jones wasn't the first one to do it, nor the last, but yet he emphasized it so much that he will forever be synonymous with it. That back then didn't want me, now I'm hot, now you all on me. That's all this song is, man, but yet she doesn't have the skill set to pull it off like that. On how she's saying that these chicks out here wish that they could get paid off of the likes that they're getting off of Instagram, but then you realize, those pictures that they posting isn't even theirs, they got it off of CCTV. And she's clowning them like you need to get a new phone. And that was interesting. That might be a dope punchline for them out in the UK, but that doesn't really transition too well out here. And to be real, the punchline was rather dry. And then the song Senseless, I kind of like the feel of it because it got that dance overtone to it, man. But yet, when you break down what she's talking about, it's more of her trying to just go in. Talking about how, okay, I'm 5 minus 4, 7 days of the week. Pretty much she's saying she's number one. And how she's saying that, okay, you want to diss me, you get dead and buried in a cemetery and all of this, man. It's overtly her just trying to be somewhat lyrical, talking about her dominance over the game and all that. But yet she doesn't have the skill set to back any of that up. Now, overall, I can see this project being a mass success all over the world, selling a whole lot of records, man. But yet, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually a great project. You feel me? This just feeds into everything that music is all about, or how it's transitioning to where it needs to be in the future. So she's going to be able to eat off of it, but yet she definitely needs work in the lyrical department. She definitely could be more consistent when it comes to making these quality songs, even though she got some absolute hits that she promoted them right, and she should sell a whole bunch of numbers off of it, but yet she definitely has a lot of progression to go in this game. I'm just hoping and waiting for the moment where she actually has something more to talk about than her being the baddest chick out here, and how her sex is so good that she'll get any guy and all of that, man. Give me some actual lyrical punchlines. Give me some actual concepts. Give me something real. But for what it is, it's worth a listen, man. I'll give this joint a 5 out of 10. Definitely go ahead and peep it out, but nothing much more.